said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds. And now I look at him and I just go, how did I not see? This is the backstory. Comes to set, reviews the dailies, the raw footage, whatever that was shot today, reviews the script, and then he goes into his trailer, allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I don't want to be involved in all the drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. And all of the production assistants overheard the argument, okay? Now, what was at the root of that argument? We don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day? And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from...
Could Ryan Reynolds be the secret evil genius orchestrating a Tinseltown meltdown nobody predicted? Gossip is buzzing that the real storm behind It Ends With Us goes far beyond mere lawsuits between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Surprising absolutely everyone completely. A few tipsters are blaming Ryan Reynolds. Yep, the same wisecracker we've giggled at in grand-scale flicks, insisting he's been secretly cooking chaos behind the curtain all along, apparently. Yet, is he honestly the hidden bad guy in this tale? Or is everything just a colossal PR showdown spiraling into madness and mayhem? This entire carnival has burst into one of the loudest Tinseltown showdowns in recent memory. We're drowning in claims of backstage bickering, out-of-bounds antics, and heart-stopping legal scuffles that balloon quicker than any gossip rolling around daily. Some folks are whispering that Taylor Swift's influence could be snagged in the chaos. And if your jaw's still intact, talking head Candace Owens swears she's got a tipster who points squarely at Ryan Reynolds as the mastermind. Right now, we're flinging ourselves into the whirlwind, loaded with both solid truths and wild theories making headlines. Hold on tight, because this drama is leagues beyond any typical star feud. We're chatting about potentially reputation-shattering bombs, colossal legal sums, and a stealthy string puller who might utterly wreck it all. Let's crack this crazy caper side by side. Filmmakers once pegged It Ends With Us as the next big tearjerker, riding on Colleen Hoover's mega-popular novel. Blake Lively brought that red carpet glow, while Justin Baldoni, famed for Jane the Virgin, planned to direct and co-star, promising an intense, emotional ride, but things got stormy before the cameras could roll all the way.
This is the backstory. Comes to set, reviews the dailies, the raw footage, whatever that was shot today, reviews the script, and then he goes into his trailer, allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I don't want to be involved in all the drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. And all of the production assistants overheard the argument, okay? Now, what was at the root of that argument? We don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day? And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin.
At first, folks shrugged off scattered whispers of creative disagreements. Then, a tidal wave of allegations turned those small ripples into a full-blown maelstrom. Excitement curdled into suspicion, and fans online went wild. Some claimed Baldoni felt overshadowed by Lively's glitz. Others whispered the two had friction so charged it spilled beyond the set. But the real bombshell dropped when Lively suddenly lobbed formal accusations, rattling the production like a thunderclap. Overnight, friendly coworkers became rival combatants locked in a very public face-off. It was no longer just about filming a book adaptation. This was a Hollywood fiasco in the making. Soon, everything revolved around harsh claims of unsettling on-set vibes, tension so thick you could slice it, and a swirl of contradictory testimonies. Baldoni wasn't about to roll over. Rumor says he's firing back with an eye-popping countersuit that could be worth hundreds of millions. Each side insists the other is running a ruthless publicity smear, so fans find themselves wondering whom to believe. Though the final truth remains elusive, it's clear these two are no longer on friendly terms. Lively's official complaint details moments she calls outright inappropriate, as if Baldoni let something slip into unprofessional territory. Baldoni's camp denies any wrongdoing, painting her accusations as a covert strategy to push him from the project. The slow dance footage, which shows the pair swaying in a scene that was supposedly improvised, is now the hottest piece of evidence. Lively's team argues it confirms unwelcome closeness. Baldoni's side says it's two pros acting. Courts, or maybe public opinion, will decide. And then we have Ryan Reynolds, whose involvement nobody saw coming. A loud rumor suggests he blew through the set like a raging tempest, furious over some newly viewed daily footage or script twist. One theory says he was just being a protective hubby for Blake Lively, ensuring her comfort. Another claims he had grand ambitions to steer the film into a direction more aligned with his tastes. In either case, tongues are wagging that Reynolds kicked this conflict into high gear. What's more, scuttlebutt swirls that Reynolds badgered Baldoni's talent agency, demanding they distance themselves from him. Although that detail remains unconfirmed, it's fueling speculation about how far Reynolds might be flexing his clout. Baldoni's supporters say the trouble all began with that fateful visit. Could it be that once Reynolds got riled, everything spiraled for good? It's a storyline worthy of its own movie, if it weren't unfolding in real life. Still, the puzzle lacks official statements from Reynolds, leaving fans to connect dots with guesswork. Candace Owens charges in, microphone blazing. She claims an insider's feeding her dirt that points to Reynolds as the ultimate puppet master. Owens thrives on controversy, and her commentary is as polarizing as ever. While some viewers cheer her for revealing Hollywood skeletons, others roll their eyes, suspecting she's stirring up chatter for personal gain. Regardless, her words have sparked fresh debates on social media, dividing folks into Team Lively, Team Baldoni, and the newly minted Team Blame Reynolds. Defenders of Lively argue she wouldn't spin a legal complaint out of nowhere. Those backing? Baldoni see him as a scapegoat sacrificed for bigger stars' interests. Then there are watchers who say it's all orchestrated by Reynolds, playing multi-dimensional chess from a secret vantage point. Owens' involvement just adds extra chili to the pot. One thing's certain, the fanbase has never been so riled up, with each day dishing fresh theories on who's at fault and why. While we're at it, let's not skip Taylor Swift's name popping up like a cameo nobody asked for. She and Lively have famously tight-knit friendship bracelets, so rumor claims Swift dropped by or weighed in on the script. Some think she merely gave moral support over coffee, while others say her creative input spurred substantial rewrites. Or maybe she just popped in for girl talk and left a swirl of speculation in her wake. The internet, naturally, has latched onto this, weaving conspiracies that Swift nudged the narrative's direction. Screenshots circling online hint at Taylor's notes, but who knows if they're legit or fan fiction made for clicks. Neither Swift's camp nor Lively's team has gone on record to clarify. Still, in an industry where star power can twist arms, folks wonder if Swift's presence pressured Baldoni to concede certain changes. No solid proof so far, only a rumor. Avalanche that's impossible to ignore. With Swift's cultural clout, even a hint of her cameo can transform a routine production scuffle into a headline-grabbing phenomenon. In typical Hollywood style, the PR warfare has gotten turbocharged. Baldoni's side apparently launched a website, rumored to be thelawinfo.com, showcasing texts, emails, and behind-the-curtain tidbits. The aim? To demolish Lively's claims and restore his reputation. They highlight messages allegedly revealing who actually pushed for last-minute script overhauls or tense scene setups. Baldoni's camp says these receipts prove Lively was the aggressor. Lively's lawyers fire back, calling the leak a sneaky partial reveal that leaves out incriminating details. From that vantage, it's a classic tale of he said, she said, and maybe he said too if Reynolds is in the fray. Both sides want to sway public favor. Some fans hail Baldoni for bearing the truth, while others see it as a curated release designed to spin the story. Watching these A-listers battle via evidence drops feels like binging a real-life reality show. The only difference? Millions of dollars and cherished reputations are on the line. In Tinseltown, a single text can shift alliances in a snap. And, oh, the next twist is the looming avalanche of subpoenas. Both camps reportedly seek every bit of phone and email data that might confirm or shatter these dueling narratives. If a judge greenlights that, we might witness an epic data dump revealing every frantic text or furious voice note. It could be the blow that cements one side's version, unless, of course, fresh leaks spin the story yet again. We've seen how one snippet of out-of-context footage can set the internet ablaze. For the people involved, the stakes are enormous. A negative ruling or embarrassing revelation might cling to them for years. Lively, adored for her fashion flair and comedic timing, risks tarnishing her public image if her claims fall apart. Baldoni, known for championing meaningful stories and personal authenticity, could see his Hollywood future crumble if found guilty of the alleged behavior. Reynolds, typically viewed as the funny, lovable star, could lose some shine if pinned as a meddling force. Swift's name is a wild card. Whether it gains or loses luster depends on what surfaces next. Some production watchers say the film itself, ironically, might benefit from all this publicity, attracting extra eyeballs once it finally hits theaters. Assuming it does. Others caution that too much drama can overshadow the final product, leading fans to focus on off-screen feuds instead of on-screen storytelling. But as any publicist will tell you, the line between scandal and marketing is often tissue thin. Sometimes controversies create unstoppable hype. Then again, sometimes they derail entire projects, leaving behind wasted budgets and battered reputations. Now we're left eyeing a rumored court date on the horizon, bracing for a possible hailstorm of depositions. Imagine top stars strapped to a witness stand, explaining those shady texts or behind-closed-doors quarrels while cameras swirl outside. If that doesn't cause sweaty brows in Hollywood, nothing will. A few insiders guess a settlement might surface before the big showdown, but others insist the players here are too fired up for an easy resolution. Everyone's in too deep, it seems. So is Ryan Reynolds genuinely the mastermind orchestrating all this mayhem, or is that just a splashy rumor fueling an already roaring fire? We've got formal allegations from Blake Lively, giant countersuits from Justin Baldoni, and Candace Owens' bombshell remarks painting Reynolds as the ultimate agitator. Throw in a mysterious slow dance clip and a swirl of references to phone logs, plus whispers about Taylor Swift's cameo role, and you've got a story so tangled it could be an entire mini-series.
But if you're here because you think there's some bombshell in here, as her lawyers were alluding to, oh, wait until everybody sees everything, you're going to be sorely disappointed, because if clickbait was an amendment, this is it. Okay, I cannot believe it. And there's so much more going on here. Now we really see the target of everything, I think, really the linchpin for her lawsuit, the person that she went after. We have to discuss Isabella.
In truth, none of us outside the locked boardrooms and hush-hush lawyer calls knows who's speaking honestly. Whatever unfolds in the final legal steps might bring clarity, or spark another whirlwind of conspiracy theories. At the very least, it's the most riveting fiasco to shake the film industry in a while, and fans worldwide are glued to every leak, tweet, and rumor. In the end, maybe the only certainty is that real life can outdo the wildest fiction. Think this meltdown will overshadow the actual movie, or do you believe time will heal these wounds and let it ends with us shine on merit alone? Chime in below with your hot takes. Are you rooting for Lively, championing Baldoni, or do you suspect Reynolds is the sly culprit behind it all? Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell. We'll be here following every new morsel that emerges from these swirling Hollywood crossfires. There's no telling which blockbuster revelation might drop next. We appreciate you joining us for this roller coaster. Until then, keep your popcorn close and your eyes open for any last-second bombshell or startling statement from the big players. With a saga this sensational, there's almost certainly more to come. And if there's one thing Hollywood adores, it's a sequel that pushes the drama even further. Stay tuned, folks. The plot is still thickening.